Next one. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Busan Basics. I'm Katie, and this is where I pretty much tell you what it's like living in Busan, South Korea. So recently I made a video talking about EPIK versus Hagwon. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it somewhere up here. But a lot of you had questions about it, and so we are here to answer your questions. So this is my friend Megan.
I'm Megan.
So I work at EPIK, so I can't answer the Hagwon questions, but Megan here works at a Hagwon.
And I used to be EPIK, so I can do both.
Yeah, so she can be, what is the word? When you're like not judgmental?
Objective.
Objective, that's the word. I'm an English teacher. She can be objective and tell you which one she thinks is better in which areas. So let's get to it. Got our handy dandy list because I forget things very easily. So the first question is tattoos and piercings. Is it okay to have these things when teaching? So I know with EPIK, with the interview and application, they will ask you, do you have tattoos? Do you have piercings? Don't lie. Tell them, because they're not gonna not hire you if you have tattoos. I have tattoos. You have tattoos. I have piercings. They will ask for a picture, and they don't care as long as you're willing to cover it up. Like if you have face tattoos, then you just made some poor decisions, and I'm really sorry. But if you lie and then your school finds out about it, EPIK can fire you.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I actually know about a guy who lied about having a tattoo. He had like a quarter sleeve tattoo, and then one day he wore short sleeves and some of it was showing, and his school had contacted EPIK, and because he breached his contract because he lied, they fired him like that. However, like I have tattoos. I have an ankle tattoo. EPIK knows about it. My school saw it and they were kind of like, next time can you hide that? But like technically I didn't break my contract, so they couldn't have fired me. I know also with EPIK, it depends on the school how chill they are about it. So like my school, they don't like when my tattoos show and I have to take my nose ring out when I'm teaching. But I know some people who had like finger tattoos and their school like didn't give a shit. So it just really depends. So what about your Hagwon? Because you don't have visible tattoos, right?
No, I don't have visible tattoos, and in my interview for my Hagwon, they didn't ask. They didn't ask me if I had any tattoos or piercings. They were just like, you look okay. This seems fine. You probably no like sleeves or anything. I think that's what they don't want. Like nothing that they might confuse you for a gang affiliation.
Does anyone at your Hagwon have like visible tattoos?
Yes, two other foreign teachers, they have small like little wrist tattoos, and it's fine. No one says anything. It's not noticeable. Nothing like outrageous or offensive.
Yeah.
But again, depends on the place, right?
Yeah. So moral of the story, don't get a face tattoo and you'll be fine. So the second one are recruiters. So what recruiters do you use? So did you use a recruiter for Hagwon?
I went through 3.
Oh, shit.
Like I asked 3 different ones and they all had different schools.
Okay.
But I used none of them to get the job that I have now.
So how did you get your job?
It was friend of a friend. Who was like, I work at this really chill place, like we're looking to hire someone new, like you should get in touch with them. And that's what I did. And I think maybe it helped a little bit that I knew someone that worked there. Like,
yeah.
That could vouch for me, like, oh, this person's gonna like be a really hard worker, do really well, fit in. So yeah, didn't need a recruiter.
So how did you find the 3 recruiters that you did find? Like, did you just Google it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
English teaching jobs, South Korea, and like a bunch came up. So I picked a few different ones because not all the schools will go to every recruiter. So each recruiter has different jobs that they can show you, which was why I was told that it's a good idea to kind of get in touch with a few.
Oh, that's actually a really good idea. I didn't think of that. Were your recruiters foreigners or were they Korean?
They were Koreans.
All of them.
But as well, recruiters, they get paid to hire someone. So they won't necessarily get you the best job. They'll be like, oh, here's a really good job. You should take it because if you take that job, they get paid money. So they're not looking out for your best interest.
Yeah, I heard about that because, like, they don't care where you end up. They get paid no matter what. For EPIK, there is the recruiter Corvia, right? Corvia?
Corvia.
Did you use Corvia?
No, I use Seoul ESL, but also very helpful again.
Okay, so I know Corvia is like the big one that EPIK even kind of advertises. I didn't use any recruiter. I just applied directly to EPIK. So from my understanding, if you use Corvia, there's an extra step. And what that is you send your stuff to Corvia first and they will like check it off to make sure everything's okay. And then you can send it to EPIK. So you really don't need a recruiter for EPIK. If you're really nervous about your application, then use it. I'm pretty sure it's free. So like it can't hurt, but like I didn't use it and I was fine. So how was your Seoul
ESL?
Seoul ESL. How was Seoul ESL?
It was pretty much the same, but they did a practice interview. So they know sort of the questions EPIK will ask. So my recruiter would like set up a time when we did like a fake practice interview.
Oh, that's helpful.
And also checked all my documents before I sent them because it can just be long. If like you send them and something's wrong, you have to do it again. And it's very expensive to ship documents to South Korea.
Oh my god, yeah. So yeah, like if you're a little nervous, like you can get a recruiter for EPIK, but it's not necessary. And I guess with Hagwons, also not necessary if you know someone working in Korea.
Also, I think it's different now because of COVID.
Yeah.
So they were only wanting to hire someone already in Korea. So it was a faster process. And I was already here. They were like, okay,
just come on over. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So the next one, someone had asked, can you wait after getting a TEFL certificate before getting a job, or do you have to get a job right away? So if we're being perfectly honest, like EPIK and Hagwon, they don't really give a shit about TEFL. It's honestly like the job doesn't care about TEFL, it's the visa. So to get an E2 visa, you need TEFL.
It's like a checklist.
Yeah, but TEFL doesn't expire. So you could have gotten your TEFL like 5 years ago and they'll still just be like, all right, that's acceptable. So yeah, don't worry about that. Next one. Can you make more money at a Hagwon? This is a perfect question for you.
Yes. I did not know this. And I should have asked for more money. So, a little bit sensitive topic.
So, essentially, yeah, you can probably make more money at a Hagwon because EPIK has a cap off. And EPIK is very strict, like, if you meet this criteria, you get paid this. Then if you do this, you'll get paid this. So if you're at the bottom of the EPIK pay grade, you can go to a Hagwon and be like, I think I deserve this much. And if they want you, they'll pay you that much. However, if you're more at the top of the pay grade, your pay is not going to be super different if you go to a Hagwon. Because right now I'm at the top and then I work at 2 schools, so I get an extra $100 bonus as well. So the most I've ever heard of someone, at least in Busan, making it a Hagwon was like 2.8. My pay now is not that much lower than 2.8. Mm-hmm. So, and it's hard to make 2.8. So I might make the same, maybe a little bit more. So it just all depends on what your experience is. But yeah, make sure you ask for more money if they ask you how much you want to get paid.
But I do get paid more now than because I was like bottom EPIK. Like I was making nothing.
Oh no! So she's still making more.
But yeah, then I met more people because before all my people I knew, all my friends were EPIK, so we all kind of made the same. I didn't know about Hagwons, and then I moved to a Hagwon. And everyone was like, "Oh, like yeah, like the money," and I was like, "What money?"
There's money.
But now I know, so prepared.
Yeah, you can always ask for a bonus at the end of your contract. Like, hey, I worked here for a year. That's the thing with Hagwons. Like, you can ask for more money. The worst they're going to say is no. But like EPIK, you can't ask for more money. How difficult is lesson planning? So for me, I don't think lesson planning is that hard for EPIK. Did you think it was hard with EPIK?
No, like mainly you follow a textbook. Well, at least at my public school, you follow the textbook. Maybe add like a few games activities, but it was very strict. Like do this by this point, this by this point. So like kind of just do what you see.
Yeah, same with middle school. Yeah, she was elementary, I was middle, or I am middle, by the way. But same thing, like I have a textbook and they tell me do this section. But I do know elementary school teachers are more strict than middle school teachers, from what I've heard. Like middle school, they're like, yeah, just make sure you cover this one point and then we don't care what you do. But I heard elementary, it's like, it needs to be this, 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 this.
Also, I worked at one school because it was very big, and I had 3 different co-teachers, but they were very strict, and they like to do things their way, so I also didn't really have a lot of choice. Like, I just did what they told me to do. I didn't...
No wiggle room.
No. I didn't really make my own decisions.
And with your Hagwon, what do you do now?
It's the same structure. Like I have a textbook and I have a schedule that I have to do this by this date, but I'm the only teacher in the classroom, so I decide what I do. So that is for me way better because like I can actually teach.
Do what you want.
I'm not just like this foreign teacher that's at the front of the room like
not just like a dancing monkey. Like, all right, game time, kids.
How do you say this word?
Let's repeat. So is lesson planning hard at your Hagwon, or is it pretty easy still?
No, it's very easy. Like sometimes, like the day before, I'll sit and like look through what classes I have, look in the book at like what the topic is, and then kind of decide. Like, oh, today I'll do this. But also my lessons are a little bit shorter.
Oh, right. You have like weird times at your Hagwon.
Sometimes I'll teach an 18-minute lesson.
That's like such a random time. Just like 18 minutes. What can you even do in 18 minutes?
Not a lot. So like first 2 minutes, it's like, hello, settle down, da-da-da. But those 18-minute, 19-minute classes are phonics.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
kind of very repetitive so that they understand what's happening.
Okay.
But,
that makes sense then.
Yeah. My longest lesson is 35 minutes, but that's middle school class, like at the end of the day.
Okay. I know there are some Hagwons that are actual like kindergartens. So this is their actual kindergarten. They'll have like Korean class and this class, and then they have English class. I heard lesson planning for that is a little bit more intensive, but it's still not like crazy impossible because you are given the textbook. Pretty much every situation you're given a textbook and they're like, all right, do this. Yeah. And then you just got to get creative with it.
Yeah, they can make it fun. I think that's a big thing they want. Like they want the foreign teacher to make English fun for the students.
Yeah, so games, activities, just be creative. And then the next one, oh, we kind of already touched on this, but a lot of people had asked, like, do you have to have a TEFL to teach in Korea?
Yes.
Yeah. The answer is yes.
And in Busan, you need an in-person TEFL.
Oh.
That's a big one.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Or at least for EPIK, you have to have had in person.
Oh, learning something new today. Okay. So not everywhere, just Busan.
This is the only city in Korea, yeah.
Of course. Fun fact, Busan likes to be a little extra. So like there are many things where it's like, Busan, they want you to do this 1, 2, 3 extra step. But okay, so yeah, if you want Busan, be in person.
Yeah. Because some people like you can do like a TEFL course online, like really cheap, and it's fine. But if you want to teach here, you have to have like been in a classroom and with a real teacher.
So I wonder like if you had teaching experience but an online TEFL, could you still be Busan?
I don't know because I had teaching experience
Mm-hmm.
and I hadn't finished my TEFL yet, but my recruiter said, oh, it has to be in person.
So.
And 120 hours.
Yeah, 120 hours. I think that's most TEFL courses. Even if you can finish it in a weekend, it's still 120 hours, which I've seen TEFL courses now for like $19. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? I paid like $200 for mine.
200?
I mean, I went to Greece, so.
I paid more than that.
Paid more than $200?
Yeah.
How much did you pay for your TEFL?
Maybe like $400. Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But I did the Trinity London one.
Oh.
So it's like, they do like CELTA, Trinity TEFL, and then
okay.
TESOL. So
You did like the uppity one.
yeah.
Well, you don't have to do that. And then the last one, which someone had asked, I guess just out of curiosity, like, so with EPIK, the Korean teachers teach every day. And with middle school, I only teach each class once a week. How about with elementary? Like once or twice a week?
It depends. So the 3rd and 4th grade, they got maybe 2 or 3 classes a week.
Okay.
And the 5th and 6th graders, they got like 4 or 5. But I didn't teach all of them because it was like 800 kids in the school. So
Yeah.
I saw like 3rd graders once a fortnight. I didn't know anyone's name.
I don't know anyone's name. I see them once a week, and now with online classes, I like see half their face. But someone had asked, like, how do the Korean English teachers teach Korean when we're not there? And they teach it in Korean, like just like how we learn languages in our middle school and high school. They teach it in Korean. They teach the grammar and everything, and then they just teach the English phrases. So, I mean, I don't know if you think that's effective or not, but that's how they do it.
Also, we're not there, so we can't really give an in-depth.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit there.
Review.
I'm not gonna sit there and like judge my co-teacher on how she teaches English. That's all the questions we had. Hope that's helpful. If you have any more questions, just comment down below. And if you want to see another video about teaching, EPIK, Hagwon, Korea, Busan, dating, food, whatever, just comment below and I will try to make that video. So like, subscribe, do all the things, and I'll see you next time. Bye.